Daniel 9:24a. Shavuim shiv'im nechtach al amecha ve'al ir kodshecha lekale hapesha ulechatem chatat. Now you'll notice here we said chatat, kind of left this vav out instead of something like chataot or a plural. We're going to read this as a singular with the kativ in the margin. So a little bit of an interesting pronunciation there, chatat. If we come back to the beginning, we get weeks. So this is weeks followed by the number 70. So weeks 70. Now, one thing that's interesting about shavuim is this im. Elsewhere in Hebrew, when we see the word for weeks, it's pluralized. It's going to be shavuot, shavuot. And we're even going to see this actually in Daniel later in chapter 10 as well. And so the fact that it's plural here with the masculine plural ending tells us that Daniel is talking about something a little different than just purely a week of 7 days or something like that, a normal week. In other words, this is not a normal week. It's 70 periods of time specified here as shavuim. So we call them 70 weeks. Then we get the nifal of the verb. Verbal root is chatach. Now this is a hapax in the Hebrew Bible. It only occurs here. Notice we've got the nifal preformative, and then we get the one guttural that retains the silent schwa. Chet will often do this because you are able to say nechtach, but oftentimes that one guttural will flip to a composite vocal schwa. Here it doesn't. So this would be 70 weeks are determined or are decreed. Then we get a couple of prepositional phrases: concerning your people and concerning the city of your, 2ms pronominal suffix, your holiness. And this would all go together as your holy city. Then we get a series of infinitive constructs. We're only going to cover 2 of these in the A part of the verse, but the first one is the PL infinitive construct. This is of the verbal root kala. Now notice we've got an aleph here. It's possible that this is an Aramaic form that kind of has switched gears here between the hey and the aleph, but there also are some older archaic forms of the third hey verbs, or verbs with hey that actually take an aleph right here as well, whereas something we would call like a quiescent hey gets replaced with an aleph. So this is not the verbal root kaf lamed aleph. This is the verbal root kaf lamed hey. And so this would be to complete or to finish the transgression. And then we get ulechatem, and the kare here is going to tell us to read this as a hey, which would make this a hifil of tav mem mem, to bring to an end. And so here this would be something like, and to bring to an end sin.